if we're looking to the fact of in which part of the cycle are we currently sitting in, I believe that in the coming 2 to 3 months ahead of ourselves, we're going to get a massive altcoin season, and there's going to be a certain amount of narratives that are going to be absolutely exploding whenever this altcoin season is going to hit the market. And yes, one of those narratives where I'm very bullish on is DePIN. And on today's video, I will be discussing my top 5 DePIN holds in my own portfolio, and I will be exactly breaking down why I believe those are very good holds you need to be having in your own portfolio. And of course, this is not a financial advice video. I'm just trying to show you and shed the lights on the great projects out there in the market which could make you a fortune in the upcoming altcoin season, which I believe is going to be happening anytime soon. Because if we're going to be looking back at the last bull market, we do know that DeFi was a very big part of that bull market. And actually, if we're going to be comparing to where AI/DePIN is currently sitting, it's only sitting around $26 billion in market cap. And if we're looking towards the growth potential, it is enormous. And I mean, if we're looking towards the largest meme coin in the last cycle, which was Dogecoin, it was valued over $80 billion. So that would already mean a 4x for the entire industry. And yes, there are some very undervalued projects out there, which I'm going to be discussing today, which potentially could give you that 100x you are, of course, looking for. And that is, of course, the thing I want to be trying to catch the most as well. I've personally built up a massive portfolio with different kinds of narratives, but with a lot of different projects. Because if you're doing good research and if you believe that you found 100 good projects, you're investing, let's say, $1,000 in all of them, only one needs to do a 100x to already like make you a significant amount of profits. So that is also what I am doing. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. No, I'm putting all the eggs I'm buying in a different basket. So most likely there are going to be a few of them that are going to actually fall and break, but there only need to be a few of them as well to be doing extremely. And there only need to be a few of them as well to make life-changing wealth. But if we're quickly looking at the altcoin market, we can see that we actually saw a slight little decline in valuation across altcoins. I mean, we had an actual pretty good run towards the upside, and now we've seen the first little correction. And I believe that this correction is actually a very good opportunity to start loading up for that next big altcoin season, which I believe is going to be happening since, of course, the Bitcoin halving just happened. And usually within 2 months from now on, the bull market really starts. And whenever the bull market starts, I do also believe that altcoins are going to be rising, because if I'm looking at the Bitcoin dominance and going to be putting this on the 2-week time frame, we can see that historically speaking, always once the Bitcoin price action breaks above the all-time high, altcoin season tends to start. And yes, Bitcoin broke above its all-time high a couple weeks ago, so I am still giving it like a couple weeks before the altcoin season is most likely going to get started. This red line was my ultimate target to go into altcoins, and currently we're very close towards the level, so I do believe that it is still a very good time to be loading up on altcoins. So without any further ado, let me get started to go in towards my first coin of the top 5 I'm going to be mentioning in this video. And the first coin I'm going to be talking about is Golem. Golem is a coin valued around $400 million in market cap, sitting around P200, which is of course already quite high, but not extremely high, of course. And this one is insane, because I was doing some research, of course, a couple days ago, because I was thinking about making this video, because I'm holding already quite a lot of DePIN projects, and I was looking across the treasuries of all these projects, and I thought, okay, which project actually has the biggest treasury out there? And then I saw that Golem is literally sitting at P3. It is sitting at P3, and they're not holding any stables, or they're barely holding their own token. No, what they're holding as treasury is majority Bitcoin and Ethereum. And to be clear, they're holding more than $500 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this project, which is worth about $400 million, has got a treasury over $500 million, which is quite insane. And that is why I do really believe that the potential of the upside for this project is quite enormous. I mean, what is also very nice is that 100% of all the tokens are actually in circulation. If we're looking at the markets, it is listed on Binance, binance, Coinbase, all the large exchanges you need to have a massive rally towards the upside. Golem has got it all. I mean, whenever there's going to be a big catalyst towards the upside for it, it's most likely going to be running up very quickly. Earlier this year, we saw it reaching highs of about, 76 cents here to 80 cents. And I do honestly believe that if the coming bull market, DePIN is really going to be exploding, which I am expecting, this could be a pretty safe bet to get like a 10 to 15x from here, especially with their big treasury. They could create some very large moves in the market, I do believe. And since this coin also fits the narrative of AI DePIN, which is already most certainly the most bullish narratives for the upcoming bull run, I think it's going to be doing extremely well, and this is one I am personally heavily invested in. I invested over 150k in towards this project, and I'm still holding everything. I bought it approximately a week ago because that was the point I found it out about the treasury and about the listings and how good everything is actually looking about it. Yeah, pretty excited about it. But let me right now jump in towards my number 2 because I've got even better picks, so make sure to watch this video till the end. So my number 2 is going to be Stratos. So first, once I saw Stratos, I straight away looked in towards the chart. I saw that, okay, the chart is actually looking quite decent. We have been seeing a very long consolidation, a break towards the upside, and a higher low structure ever since with higher highs. So I straight away saw that the chart was looking good. So I started to do some more research about it, and basically I saw many other great influencers like RV Crypto also start talking about it. And basically, to quickly clarify and show you what Stratos is exactly doing, I really like their website by the way, is they are creating a decentralized storage solution. And I mean, digital storage is actually quite a big thing, and I mean, many people don't realize it, but they're also competing with like Google Drive, but you've got no idea on how big Google Drive is and how much money they are actually making. But if we're first of all going to be comparing Stratos to Google Drive, their upload speeds, way better. Download speeds, way better. Also, it's completely decentralized, and to be even clearer, it's the first decentralized infrastructure that provides scalable, reliable, and self-balanced storage. So I mean, they're outcompeting all their competitors by quite a significant amount. They also attached a token towards it, which of course we could be buying. I also bought it from the open market. This one is still sitting around, what is it, $52 million in market cap. You could say it's already high and it's not going to give you a 100x, but honestly, a 100x is only at $5 billion. And like we have seen in the last bull run, many great projects have been running up towards the upside. And just like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm just super bullish on the narrative. AI DePIN is the narrative, the go-to narrative for the upcoming altcoin bull market. I mean, right now also, the price has been going down actually quite bigly. So if you're going to compare it from the high to the low, it's down over 60%, like over 58%. And that actually also offers you a very good opportunity to be loading up. And I started also loading up 2 days ago. I bought a little bit higher. I am currently underwater, but to be very clear, I bought in about $20,000 worth of this project. I have bought a little bit more of Golem because I think Golem is a little bit lower risk, but this one also could bring me way higher returns due to the fact that the market capitalization is already significantly lower compared to Golem. And also, if we're looking at it, it's got great listings. It's listed on Maxi. It's listed on Gate.io. So whenever there's going to be a big catalyst, most likely it's going to be picking up significantly. The volume is currently a little bit low here, but honestly, I do really think it's going to be picking up once the narrative gains traction again here. So they've got very good partnerships with NVIDIA. They've got a good partnership with NetTensor. So they're building something great. The team is extremely active. They're constantly improving their product, and I do really believe that this is one you should not be fading. And then on to my number 3 pick, which is going to be Overtech. And Overtech is also a DePIN project, of course, just like all the projects I'm mentioning in this video. And this is one that is actually quite undervalued and still is sitting at a very low market cap. It is only $9 million US. The fully diluted market cap 14 million. So almost all the tokens are also in circulation, which I personally really like. They've been around since 2021, and just like many of these other projects, it seems to get its attention right now, and it seems to be picking up quite significantly at this moment of time. So what it is doing, to quickly clarify and to give you an idea of what they're doing, is that they are creating an all-in-one simple solution to digitalize supply chains. And their big competitors is, of course, VeChain. VeChain is, of course, the largest competitor in the market. You've got also AIOZ Network that probably a lot of my followers also know. But if we're going to compare it towards the fully diluted market cap, how much bigger it actually is, Overtech is right now sitting at around $60 million. VeChain is sitting around $3.6 billion, which is of course a 226x from here on, which is of course quite insane if you would ask me. This is just quickly to indicate and show you what kind of potential such kind of project is having. So they're also fitting all the bullish narratives, the DePIN, the AI narrative, and they've got insane partnerships, which I believe could be a very good catalyst for the upcoming bull run. And since they already had traction in the previous bull runs, I think that most likely this one is going to be picking up quite significantly. If I'm going to be looking at their pitch deck on exactly what they're doing, they're building a real product which is actually working and it's already getting implemented, and I think that is a very great and effective way what they're doing. So I think they're working on a very great and good project, and if you're looking at the team who is behind it, they've got some very experienced people behind it, also completely doxed. They're putting their name out there. They put it on their LinkedIn profile, and you can just view, if you go to their profiles, that they're actually have got a very great history on building good projects. And that is why I think that if the right people are there, it is most likely going to be performing good. And I mean, they've not been focusing at all on their token. They've not been focusing on pumping up the price or whatsoever, but they're actually focusing on building the product. And if they're building a good product, it could gain eventually a lot of traction and bring in all the capital. So I still believe that we're quite early in it. I bought about $10,000 worth of it quite a while ago, currently worth about $12,000. I am still holding it, and this is also just one of my holds for the upcoming bull market. Just like I said at the beginning of the video, I am holding multiple eggs, but not all in one basket. So I'm holding many different projects out there, and I believe that this one out there as well, it's got loads and loads of potential to be performing extremely, extremely good. So that has been my third pick. But let me go on towards my fourth pick. And I mean, I think the picks are going to become also more and more interested. But to be clarifying, I'm holding all of them. I'm personally very bullish on it because otherwise I'm not mentioning them at all. So this is the fourth pick. And this is Carbon Browser. And Carbon Browser is also a DePIN AI. It's a browser. And this browser is doing some insane stuff. And if we're going to compare it towards the competitors, it is going to have loads and loads of potential in the upcoming bull run. So currently, it's sitting around $22 million in market cap. Fully diluted, it's $54 million. And the trading volume is also quite nice. It's above $1 million, which is, of course, extremely good. If we're going to be looking at the markets, it's listed across the many great exchanges on KuCoin, Maxi, BingX. So the listings are good. So only one big catalyst is needed for this to be pushing up higher because the market cap is still quite low, in my opinion. So what it basically is, it's a Web3 browser, which you could be downloading on the website, and make sure to do so because I use the Carbon browser myself as well. And with this browser, you've got an included ad blocker, you've got a VPN, a crypto wallet, and better privacy features. So this is an all-in-one browser which you could be using yourself as well. And yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at how many people already downloaded it, it's over 7 million already with more than 62,000 active users. And I mean, I have been around for quite a long time in the cryptocurrency industry, and probably you know Brave as well, Basic Attention Token. So Basic Attention Token is of course their competitor, and if I'm going to be looking about how they have been performing in the last bull run, they did extraordinarily well here. They went to a high of about $2.7 billion in market cap. And Basic Attention Token is their closest competitor, and they are even outperforming Basic Attention Token and the Brave browser because their browsing speed is way faster. With Brave, you need to be paying for a VPN, paying for a firewall, and with Carbon browser, it's all free. Also, ad blocker. They are blocking all of the ads on the mobile and desktop version. Also, they've got very good Web3 support. They are rewarding their users without any KYC. And they've got some extra special features with an integrated multi-chain wallet and also integrated swap and bridge features, which is of course extremely bullish. So if we're going to be comparing it, $2.7 billion is like a target which could be getting reached by Carbon browser. And I mean, if we say conservative, let's say $1 billion, it's still going to be 50x from here on. So the potential of growth for this project is absolutely enormous. And whenever we're going to see the DePIN and AI sector once again pick up its value and pick up its steam, which I do believe is going to be happening this bull run, I think that Carbon browser is going to be one that is going to be performing extremely well here. So if you want to be using the browser yourself and get some experience with it, make sure to go to the link description of today's video because I will leave a link to the website or to their Twitter page where you can, of course, find the website. It's called carbon.website, and there you can download the browser. It's completely reliable. It's completely safe. So this is, of course, a thing that is, of course, extremely nice in my opinion. Also, looking at the price, it has been creating a massive W pattern, and ever since the W pattern started to be breaking out, we of course moved up higher, and what we're seeing right now is a massive consolidation, a small little breakdown after the altcoins of course got hammered, and basically what we're seeing is a massive retest of this previous big support right here, which of course flipped into resistance right here, and currently is acting as some support. So I do believe that actually, looking at the price valuation, it's holding up quite nice here, and for the upcoming bull run, it's most likely going to be performing extremely well here. So it launched here in the bear market, had a very rough time, but still managed to recover, and now is holding up quite nicely. And just like I said earlier, if we're going to compare it to basic attention token, guys, the potential for this thing is enormous, and there's a lot of demand for it as well. So I think it's going to be doing extremely well for the upcoming bull run. So also the next one, AIOZ Network. This one has been going up quite significantly. If you've been following me on Twitter, I bought this one at 15 cents. I called it on my Twitter page, and many of my followers actually joined me and made a ton of money from it. I'm ever since still holding. It even went to like $1 and beyond, right? Yeah, it went to $1.05. Still holding, not sold a single penny. I mean, I'm down a little bit, but look at this. This thing absolutely exploded, and this is a good example on how fast AI projects can move, AI/DePIN projects can move. So yeah, this one as well, I do still believe it's going to be performing very well. It's a DePIN for Web3. They're doing stuff with AI. It's one of the fastest and secured networks out there. So they're building some very crazy stuff here you need to be paying attention towards. And honestly, if I'm looking at this chart, I believe that they are creating a massive consolidation phase, just like they did right here. So here they created a massive symmetrical triangle. We broke out of the triangle, we moved up very quickly, and what we're doing right now is creating another consolidation phase. We're creating somewhat of a falling wedge pattern, and whenever this pattern is going to be breaking out, we're going to get the next leg up towards the upside. And whenever that's going to be happening, it's not going to take long, because I do believe that the altcoin season is going to be imminent, and once it's going to be happening, these DePIN AI projects are going to be performing the best. So this was it for me in today's update video. I mean, I discussed my top 5 DePIN projects you need to be holding right now. So if you learned something from it, don't forget to slap on that like button on today's update video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys back again soon on another video here on Altcoin Rover. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.